I'm going to talk about my home gym flooring in this video. Why horse stall mats kind of suck and weren't the best option for me in my home gym, and what you might want to consider if you are going to put horse stall mats, or not even horse stall mats, just any type of gym flooring down on your floor. I'm going to talk about my experience, what I ended up going with. Starting this gym, I had this little corner and I ended up just getting one of those like cheapo Amazon mats that are maybe like a 1/4 inch thick. They're very thin for one. They don't have a lot of padding. But yeah, it was more like maybe like an 8x5, like one of those rollout mats. I tried to weight down the corners, but it really didn't work. And not even 5 minutes into it, I was like, oh, this is probably a mistake here. So I went with the tried and true, everybody recommends. I went with the horse stall mats from Tractor Supply. I got a couple different ones. I ended up cutting them to kind of fit in my space. I got some black Gorilla Tape to fill in the seams. I ended up getting more horse stall mats, and they were two separate batches. So one had like some crummy material on the bottom, and then one had just flat on both sides. Some have like diamond plated, some have raised like grooves in them on the bottom. So there's different batches of horse stall mats. They are obviously very durable, 4x6, 100 pounds, I think, like very heavy and big to move around, but that's really no big deal. You're here to work out, you're setting your foundation. So if it takes a minute to put them down, you got to drag them into a corner, that's fine. Pretty easy to cut in my experience. I had this basically same whole section of flooring, just horse stall mats. It worked out. I ended up taking the black Gorilla Tape off when I ended up getting more horse stall mats, I think, and I just never repurchased black Gorilla Tape. Also, when I was utilizing them, I was doing a lot of boxing workouts, and when I was kind of moving around and hitting the heavy bag, those would kind of slide out. Not like drastically, but enough to notice. And maybe if I did have the black Gorilla Tape, it would have helped in that case as well. One day I lifted up my horse stall mats for whatever reason. I saw there was a bunch of mold on all the horse stall mats, just were covered in mold. And I realized that had probably been the case for a while. We're breathing this in, we're working out, we're sweating, we're taking all this in, and underneath our feet is a bunch of mold. My wife wasn't too happy about that, and neither was I, because I had spent a good amount of money to get like the horse stall mats. And a lot of you are probably standing on horse stall mats, and I hope this isn't the case for you. A couple people online were like, yeah, check the moisture content of your concrete. This is like an older house. The concrete has like cracks in it and stuff like that, so I think the moisture might have got in that way. It would rain, we would maybe get a little bit of water, like maybe a foot into the garage. It would just get a little wet, but I would always take the time to move the stuff like further in, even the horse stall mats. For whatever reason, moisture got under there, and all the horse stall mats, even the ones with like the crummy bottom, were still covered in mold. The ones with the flat bottom, the 4x6 bottom of it was just completely covered in mold. I ended up putting them out to the curb. Somebody came and picked them up for a very cheap price. I didn't feel like, cleaning them or pressure washing them and trying to bring them back to life. I was over it at that point, and I just wanted something else. It took me a while to get something else, and I didn't go with the cheapest option. Before we get into that, kind of just consider your subflooring. Hopefully you're fine, and maybe you own your house and you can put some sort of like epoxy floor down or something like that, or some sort of moisture barrier to keep some of that moisture out, and the horse stall mats will work great for you. They didn't work great for me, and that's the point. All the YouTube videos and stuff and all the things I've seen about horse stall mats, it was like, this is the best option to go with for your home gym. So I just wanted to give you my experience on that horse stall mats. I ended up going with these ForceUSA interlocking tiles. They're a lot smaller. I think they're like a 3x3. They have this plate that connects 4 of them together. It's not like the nicest or anything. It feels a lot like a horse stall mat with like a foam topper. But the good thing about these as well, they got like raised grooves, so hopefully I can get more airflow underneath these mats, and I don't have the same issue in the future that I had with the horse stall mats. These are a lot easier to clean. It feels a lot more premium, just the fact that it does have that foam topper It's comfy, easier to clean, like I just said. And even when I'm moving around and if I wanted to do like boxing workouts or quick feet or anything like that, these aren't going to go anywhere because they are connected to each other. This is a 20 by 10 flooring situation, so definitely not the cheapest option. Again, feels premium. What I really want to get is a wrestling mat for my kids to kind of wrestle on and be out here, and a little bit more like padding for them to like roll and jump and do all that fun stuff. So that's definitely something that I've been talking about getting for a long time. I need to finally pull the trigger on that. I think it would be cool to kind of wrap these tiles in the wrestling mat, so the wrestling mat was kind of in the center right here. But all in all, horse stall mats aren't the only option. Know your foundation before you go and lay some flooring down. Again, I hope for everybody's sake out there that they have some sort of moisture barrier, don't run into the same issue that I had. So ForceUSA tiles, if you're interested, they do have a lot of cool stuff on their website, some all-in-one racks and just a bunch of different stuff, honestly. So go check that out. Even if you want like a clean looking 10 by 10, I think it works out if you go with something like this. Obviously a lot easier to move around, not nearly as heavy. Still has a significant amount of weight to it, which is a good thing. That way you know it's not kind of going anywhere. 3/4 of an inch thick. If you have a gym space and you're looking at gym flooring, maybe this video is for you. I would definitely lay down something, especially if you have kids out here. After the horse stall mat debacle, I just had concrete for a while, which was not that fun to work out with. Also have like one of those like 3-fold 10 by 5 gymnastic mats. So that is a very thick mat that works pretty well for different things. And I also have in the corner like a rollout Dolamur like mat that you can put down and do like different yoga, whatever you want to do on it, sit-ups, push-ups, all that stuff. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments if everybody has horse stall mats or what. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Remember we had the different floor, the other black floor? What do you think of this flooring?
Bye-bye.